It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Prime Ticket presents the Dodgers as they take on the San Francisco Giants. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Friday evening to you, wherever you may be. Giants and Dodgers on a Labor Day weekend, with the Giants 3 games back of San Diego. The Dodgers trail by 9. Tonight, it'll be Barry Zito on the mound, the veteran going for San Francisco. He'll go up against Chad Billingsley. And for the Dodgers, playing shortstop and leading off, tonight marks the return of Rafael Furcal. So game 1 of the 3-game series. Big difference, these two teams have split their 12 games. However, the Dodgers have done much better within the division. We'll get to the ball game. We'll have it all coming up for you right after this.
For the start of 3, let's get to Alexis pursuing perfection. Steve, for that, back to July 21st when Chad Billingsley, about as perfect as he's been, a complete game shutout versus the Giants.
Yeah, why not take another look at this? I mean, here's the great thing about this start. He only struck out 3 guys, but he had his good stuff all day long. He was pitching to contact. He still threw 125 pitches. But this is a guy who dominated that game, and he wasn't trying to strike everybody out. He made sure he got the outs, let his defense do the work, and that was a superior effort by Chad.
Billingsley, Zito, it's like Groundhog Day. It's the 4th time that these guys have matched up this year. That's the most these two Dodger-Giants aces have gone up against each other since Hideo Nomo and Russell Ortiz in 03.
It's very unusual to see that happen. You know, everyone talks about the aces going up against each other on opening day, but then usually the next team has a day off the next day, so the rotations really get messed up. To have two guys go at it that often in a season is amazing. And think about it, the Dodgers go up to San Francisco next week. They may match up again.
Now that's got to be some kind of record. We're going to look that up. All right, when we come back, Vince Scully's going to have the call for you. It's the Giants and the Dodgers. Sit back, enjoy. We'll see you after.
By Shakey's. What's the most home runs hit by one player in a single Major League game? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. By CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. And by AT&T. TV, high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit att.com or call 1-800-PIC-ATT for details. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Friday evening to you, wherever you may be. It's the Giants and the Dodgers. That's enough said right there. As they meet for the 13th time this year, they have split the previous 12, 6 up north and 6 down here. And this will be one of the 3. Following that, the Dodgers on the 14th will go to San Francisco for the final 3. For the Dodgers, of course, the age-old story. If they're not a factor, they're going to be the spoiler. They still feel that they have a shot. 9 games back of San Diego is pretty unrealistic. But in the wild card, you never can tell. But they are 8.5 back. To bring you up to date quickly on some scores, Rockies and Padres, no score in the first inning. Phillies are leading the Brewers 1-0 and wind up holding on to win it 1-0. And the Cardinals are edging the Reds 3-2 in the 7th inning. So the Dodgers trying not just to be spoilers, and we'll see if they can do both. For the Giants, just 3 games back of San Diego, and as far as the wild card is concerned, 2 games behind the Phils. Andres Torres leads off in center, Freddie Sanchez at second base, and Aubrey Huff at first. Pat Burrell hits cleanup in left field, Jose Guillen in right field, Buster Posey, who is wearing out the Western Division, behind the plate. Pablo Sandoval at third, Juan Uribe the shortstop, and the veteran Barry Zito on the mound. On the mound for the Dodgers, right-hander Chad Billingsley. The 26-year-old is 10-8. He will be making his 4th start against the Giants this year, and he has had several no decisions, and he's also picked up a victory. So in his career, he is 5-2. with 2 no decisions and a victory this year. He will be facing Andres Torres, followed by Freddie Sanchez and then Aubrey Huff. For the Giants, they're starting out on a tough schedule, 16 of 22 on the road. So Torres, a switch hitter, young fella out of Puerto Rico, batting left-handed. And Billingsley ready. The right-hander's first pitch in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Torres hangs around the plate a bit as a leadoff man, hitting .282, 14 home runs, 60 runs batted in, and a lot of speed. The next pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 0-2. He averages better than 4 pitches per at bat. And as we said, runs very well. He's stolen third base 6 times this year. So no balls and 2 strikes to Andres Torres. The strike 2 pitch on the way is in the dirt. Ball 1. Torres is from Puerto Rico as Chad Billingsley jumps out in front with a 1-2 count. The background for Andres: his father works in a shoe factory. His brother is a history teacher and a karate instructor. And his sister is a psychologist, so a pretty interesting family. Andres waiting, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Billingsley deals, slicing fly ball, curling foul, and back into the crowd. Sunset time in Los Angeles, 76 degrees. For Andres Torres, speed has gotten him, but his main sport was track. 100 meters, 200 meters. He also ran the second leg of a relay team. He takes high. 2-2 the count. He was in 12th grade, really just a kid, when a Yankee scout told him, "You know, son, you could be a professional player." And that really got him going. He became a switch hitter in college. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Check swing. Strike 3. So Andres Torres trying to hold up, strikes out, 1 away. We'll set the Dodgers defensively with Johnson, Kemp, and Deefier in the outfield. Blake, the return of Rafael Furcal, Ryan Theriot, and Ronnie Belliard, and the battery Rod Barajas and Chad Billingsley. It is good to see number 15 back. Just playing in Albuquerque, he homered in that last rehab game, and he's ready to go, he says. Freddie Sanchez, a local boy, checking in. Born in Hollywood, lives over in nearby Burbank. Swings, doesn't get it. 0-1 the count. Sanchez batting .292. He has 3 home runs, 35 runs batted in. He has a 9-game hitting streak, and the strike 1 pitch is swung on. Ground ball to the right side. Ryan Theriot is on it to get him. So just like that, we have 2 down in the first inning. And the batter will be Aubrey Huff. Aubrey Huff plays a lot in the outfield, or maybe we should say did play a lot in the outfield. With the acquisition of Jose Guillen, Aubrey is playing first base against right-handers. Out of Marion, Ohio, lives over in Florida. Aubrey, a big man, he's 6'4" and at least 230. Went to the University of Miami and takes low, ball 1. Huff hitting .289, 22 home runs, 77 runs batted in. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. Billingsley deals it, swung on and fouled back, and they count 1-1. Aubrey Huff gets a lot of careful treatment. He is 4th in the league in 3-0 counts. Up there now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Theriot playing him out on the grass, and the infield playing him to pull. And the left-hand hitter drives one to right field. Ethier going back to the track and makes the catch for the out. So Aubrey Huff, a long out to right field. Giants go 1-2-3, and at the end of half an inning, Giants nothing, Dodgers coming up. 11 pitches to shut him down. Let's take a look now at the Dodger lineup. And a familiar name at the top, Rafael Furcal at short, Ryan Theriot and Andre Ethier with Matt Kemp hitting cleanup, Casey Blake at third, Ronnie Belliard at first, Reed Johnson in left field, Rod Barajas behind the plate, and Chad Billingsley on the mound. On the mound for the Giants, 32-year-old left-hander Barry Zito. He is 8-10. Actually, through the end of July, he was 8-6. But since that moment in August, from the 6th of August on, he has struggled. He's gone 0 for 4, and he has had 8 straight starts without a win. And the pitch to Furcal, ground ball to shortstop. Uribe is up with it, and that'll be that. Rafael not hanging around, going after the first pitch and grounding out. So Furcal back to join the ball club, and it has been a while, as you know. Now Zito ready to work on Ryan Theriot. Some things about Barry Zito you might well not be aware of. Number one, he has problems once he makes about 75 pitches. From there on, he has had a lot of problems. Left-handed fastball in for a strike, and they count 0-1. Interestingly, too, the bottom of the lineups, the 7 to 9 hitters in the league, have a very high slugging average against him. The strike one pitch, slow breaking ball over, and a no ball 2 strike count to Ryan Theriot. For Theriot, I'm looking at his work. Just 2 for 12 against Zito. He lifts a breaking ball into left field for a base hit. So Ryan Theriot just went down and got it, and promptly a 1-out single to left will bring up Andre Ethier. Pretty good breaking ball, well out of the strike zone. Didn't bother Theriot at all. So Barry Zito, with 4 no decisions against the Dodgers this year, he did have 1 decision, and that was a loss. He is 6-6 lifetime. Andre Ethier hitting .294, 20 home runs, 71 runs batted in. Theriot at first base has stolen 18, but you have a veteran left-hander out there keeping an eye on him. Zito looks, now comes to the plate in the dirt. Nice block by Buster Posey. 1 ball and no strikes. Ethier backing out for the moment as a look down to Larry Boa. Ryan Theriot held on by Aubrey Huff at first. Now Zito, as he always does, shaking his left arm as if he's drying his nails after a manicure. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, and they count 1-1. If you remember Alejandro Pena, he would do the same with his right arm. Barry lets the left arm dangle and just kind of shakes that left hand. 1 ball and 1 strike. Barry at the belt, looks at Theriot, comes back to the plate and works it high. Ball 2, 2-1. Barry started the year with 7 wins in his first 9 decisions, but now he's lost 8 of his last 9. The left-hander set, another look over at first. 2-1 pitch. Ethier holds up, and it's inside, ball 3. One of the problems the Giants have would be the Padres. Giants are 3 games back of San Diego. They still have 6 left, but Bruce Bochy knows full well Padres have beaten him 9 of 11, and the 2 Giant victories were in extra innings. In San Diego, back in the middle of May, the Giants beat the Padres 7-6 in 12 innings. And in the middle of August, the Giants, in 11 innings in San Francisco, beat the Padres 3-2. Otherwise, it's been all San Diego. 3-1 count, swung on and missed at the plate, and the count 3-2. So Ryan Theriot anchored at first, thought he might be going 3-1. Ethier has grounded into 8 double plays. So we'll see now with 1 out if they run Theriot with Matt Kemp on deck. Zito ready, looks at first. Terrio's not going on ball 4. So the Dodgers have first and second with one out, and the man they want up there is coming up, and that's Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp against Barry Zito is hitting .425. He is 17 for 40. Zito facing a hitter with 22 home runs, 74 runs batted in. Matt Kemp with that .425 batting average, top hitter in the game right now against Zito. Barry ready and delivers. Hard ground ball to third. He'll go to second for one. It's going to be turned for the double play. So Matt Kemp, who could just as easily hit it out, instead grounds into his 13th double play. No runs, a hit, a man left, and at the end of an inning, no score. Got out of the jam with the double play. So we go to the second inning. No score. Pat Burrell, Jose Guillen, and then Buster Posey against Chad Billingsley. Burrell, big right-hand batter, has 12 home runs, 36 runs batted in, and takes a strike. One of the more important counts for Burrell is a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Tell you why. But first, let's see if Billingsley runs the count that way. The pitch is taken off the plate, so there it is. 1 ball and 1 strike. How about this for a note? When Pat Burrell has the count of 1 ball and 1 strike, he's hitting .593. Would you believe it? So let's see if that holds up now. He's been struggling, 1 for his last 13. And the 1-1 pitch on the way, and Burrell takes a strike, and the count 1-2. So Chad Billingsley in pursuit of his 11th. He's had 3 prior starts this year against the Giants, 2 no decisions and a victory. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's a fastball low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pat Burrell. Giants with a little 2-game winning streak. Interesting too, when you look at the Giants and the Dodgers, Giants are only 3 back. Dodgers 9 back, and where's the difference? The pitch is low, ball 3. The difference is how they play within the division. Joe Torre's club is 30-18. The Giants are 4 games under .500. Bruce's boys 23-27. Now the 3-2 pitch on the way, and that's inside, ball 4. So the Giants get their first base runner on a walk to Pat Burrell. And the batter will be Jose Guillen. Jose Guillen, young outfielder, has bounced around an awful lot. Very talented. and just recently picked up by the Giants. He's from the Dominican Republic. He has a home run and 5 RBIs since he joined the Giants, and he takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Guillen is 34, 5'11", 200. Originally signed by the Pirates in 1992. When they signed him, I remember they thought he was the newest Roberto Clemente. He had that kind of ability. He takes way off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Guillen, with 4 brothers and a sister, signed in 92, finally made it to the Pirates in 97. 1-1 the count. Burrell at first, nobody out. Second inning, no score. Billingsley very deliberate now to the plate. Check swing foul to the screen, and the count 1-2. Guillen in 1997 made the major leagues and became the first Pirates position player to skip AA and AAA and jump to the big leagues since a famous shortstop of over 50 years ago, Dick Groat. The 1-2 pitch, 1 hopper, great stop by Furcal for 4th play. Oh my goodness, welcome back, Raphael. Raphael Furcal diving, grabbing a 1-hopper and turning it into a force play. It looked like a sure base hit. And remember, the last time we saw Raphael play was August the 2nd. So some days have gone by. He even got applause from Matt Kemp in center field. So Raphael is back, and the club is better for it. And that's no put down on Jamie Carroll, because Jamie was great all the time he was there. So Guillen, a threat to run, has always had good running speed, although he hasn't had much of a chance. In fact, he doesn't have a stolen base yet for the Giants. One reason is Buster Posey hitting .329, 10 home runs, 52 runs batted in, and Buster skies 1 foul off to the right, and the count 0-1. Posey, of course, a much talked about young ball player, and when he arrived, he has really held up. Give you an idea, on the road for the Giants, he's hitting .393. He's hitting .390 against the Western Division. Strike 1 pitch on the way, and that's in there. And the count 0-2 to Buster Posey. Posey has been struggling of late. 6 hits in his last 31 at bats, but wearing out the West. .396 batting average against the Western Division. Strike 2 pitch on the way to the young catcher. Billingsley very deliberate. Time called, and Billingsley trying to stop his delivery. Threw it high and away, but time had been called. So they'll take the 1 ball count off the scoreboard and turn it back to 0-2. So Buster Posey, Gerald Dempsey Buster Posey III, sir, out of Leesburg, Georgia. Went to Florida State. Strike 2 pitch. He hits a little nubber up along third, and it's going to peel off foul. So Posey will come back, try it again. He is not only superbly gifted as an athlete, both in high school and at Florida State. Buster Posey was a Dean's List student, a near perfect GPA, and he was getting his degree in finance, and he graduated without a diploma because he signed a contract for over $6 million with the Giants. He got his own education in finance. So Buster at 6'1", 205-pounder, all of 23. So signed 2 years ago. 0-2 the count. Billingsley ready. Right-handed deals, and it's on the inside corner at the knees, and down goes Posey. Second strikeout for Chad Billingsley. So 2 out in the second inning. Posey has a pitch catch the corner, and Pablo Sandoval will be coming up. Pablo Sandoval always goes through a routine. He's in the middle of it right now. He walks out in front of the plate, hits the ground, then gets back in, and he is now ready to settle in and do some hitting. A very aggressive hitter. He rarely has a called strike. He takes high, ball one. He's third in the league. He'll swing at that first pitch at least 40% of the time. He's also number one in grounding into double plays. He's grounded into 23 double plays. He has 12 home runs, 58 runs batted in. No score, second inning. Billingsley deals, and there's a little pop fly coming across the bag and foul ground is Casey Blake, and that'll be that. So it was a walk and a base runner and nothing else but a huge play by Rafael Furcal. Inspirational, to say the least. Welcome back, Rafael. No score. The Giants and the Dodgers, their 13th meeting of the year. They've split the previous 12. Casey Blake, Ronnie Belliard, and Reed Johnson in that order against the left-hander Barry Zito. Casey batting .255, 14 home runs, 57 runs batted in. Ever since the All-Star break, the Dodgers have struggled offensively, and especially at home, as Blake takes a strike, 0-1. Dodgers averaging only 3 runs a game since the All-Star break. So they've got right-handers like Reed Johnson and Belliard in there tonight. And Casey Blake goes the other way with a line drive single to right. Before the game started, we had a lovely moment for a wonderful guy, John Suhu, the Dodgers official photographer, 25 years taking pictures. And you know, photographers always take 2 shots in case the first one doesn't work out. So after 25 years, Suhu made a bad first pitch, made a wonderful second pitch, and got not only the plaudits of the crowd, but love from his teammates and everybody in the Dodger family. Ronnie Belliard runs up to bunt, takes a strike instead, and the count 0-1. So Casey Blake at first, no score, second inning. Last year, the Dodgers won 11 of the 18 meetings. No balls and 1 strike to Belliard, hitting .219, 2 home runs, 19 runs batted in. So you've had Billingsley making 3 starts against the Giants with 2 no decisions, and Zito with 4 no decisions. And the pitch to Belliard fouls away in the count 0-2. So they have been locked in some very tough ball games, and it figures that this weekend will be the same. Tomorrow night, it'll be Matt Cain going against Ted Lilly. Strike 2 pitch. Belliard looks and it's outside. Ball 1. 1-2 the count to Belliard. Reed Johnson, who has big numbers against left-handers this year and throughout his career, is on deck. Belliard hitting just 169 against left-handers. Zito goes to first, and Casey Blake back on the bag. Blake does not do any running. He is 0 for 4 in busted hit and run plays. 1-2 the count to Ronnie Belliard. And Belliard tired of waiting. Dodgers do a little running, a little more than the opposition does against them. Giants do much running at all. The 1-2 pitch, Belliard chases it and strikes out. The Blake holding at first with 1 away. Reed Johnson coming up. The Belliard chasing a curveball in the dirt, and down he goes. For Reed Johnson, another chance to play, and a well-deserved opposition. Against left-handers, Reed Johnson is batting .360. He is hitting .317 in his career against left-handers. Reed overall a .303 batting average with a home run and 12 runs batted in. Takes a big slow curveball in for a strike. Big pitch. And the count 0-1. He was all set to attack a high fastball, and then the bottom dropped out of it. Johnson is hitting .300 against Barry Zito. 1 away, bottom of the second inning, no score. The Giants and the Dodgers on a beautiful summer's evening. Zito straightens up, left foot on the third base side of the rubber, and the next pitch is inside and hits the bat. Goes foul, and the count 0-2. Johnson never moved the bat. Instead, the ball just came to him. It hit the very end of the bat underneath his hand on the knob. So 0-2 the count to Reed Johnson. On deck, the right-hand hitting catcher, Rod Barajas. Zito shaking that left arm, now straightens up. Strike 2 pitch on the way, and it's a showcase pitch down and away. Off speed, he just kind of turned it over a little bit. 1-2 the count to Reed Johnson. Giants 3 back of San Diego, Dodgers 9 back, and of course the Giants 2 back in the wild card, while the Dodgers are 8. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Zito delivers, and it's foul back. Fastball up and in, so familiar pattern from a left-hander who doesn't overpower people. A change-up down and away, and then a fastball up and in. Barry Zito trying to pick up his 9th win. He is 2-6 on the road. Barry's been very fortunate. He's missed only 1 start in his major league career. He's never been on the DL. And the 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball in there, and Johnson is caught looking, and he strikes out. So Belliard and Johnson go down, and the batter will be Rod Barajas. You know, you can enjoy the excitement of Viva Los Dodgers every Sunday. The next fiesta for this Sunday, presented by State Farm. The party begins at 3 p.m. before the Dodgers and Giants at 5. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com or call 866-DODGERS. Rod Barajas hitting .235. Right-hand hitting catcher takes a little high, ball 1. As a Dodger, Barajas is hitting .348. And in the past, against Zito, he has 2 home runs and a .313 batting average. Rod, for the year, has piled up 15 home runs. 3 of them hit as a Dodger. The 1-0 pitch, very high fastball away, and a 2-0 count, and Posey going out to talk to Zito. So Barry walking back to the rubber. Zito has made well over 300 starts since 2001. That makes him the workhorse of the major leagues. And he has always been more successful in the second half than in the first. 2 balls and no strikes. Barry looks at first. Back he comes and gets a strike to Barajas. And the count 2-1. Chad Billingsley on deck. No score. Bottom of the second inning. Billingsley and Zito were really just starting. Barry straightens up, looks over at first, back to the plate, and it's whacked to left field. And Rod Barajas has hit another one here. An impossible dream revisited from the youngster from this area who dreamt of playing here, and he hits his second home run at Dodger Stadium since joining the club. And the Dodgers lead 2-0. So Barajas, and every time Rod plays here, you know there'll be a lot of relatives and friends, so he gives them a thrill as well as shaking up his teammates. 2-0 Dodgers, and Chad Billingsley takes a strike. For Barry Zito, that would be the 19th home run that he's been given up this year. Barajas now with a total of 16 and 4 as a Dodger. He homered in Milwaukee, he homered in Colorado, and he has hit 2 in the ballpark where he had grown up, where his dad would take him to sit in the pavilion, especially during the Fernando Mania times. Billingsley with a count 1-2. So Barajas just glowing in the dugout right now. The next one, Billingsley swings and misses, and that's it. Zito strikes out the side, but Rod Barajas hits one in the bleachers with a man aboard. Breaking ball, he went down to get it, and at the end of 2, it's the Dodgers 2 and the Giants nothing. Since coming over to the Dodgers, and it's 2-0 Dodgers, top of the third inning. Juan Uribe, Barry Zito, and Andres Torres in that order. So Uribe trying to get the Giants back on track. Shortstop, right-hand batter, hitting .249. He has 17 home runs, 71 runs batted in, and takes a big rip and a miss, 0-1. Here's another Giant who's struggling, 2 for his last 16. That would cover the last 6 games. But he's been one of the Giants' major run producers this year. he takes off the plate. Those 71 RBIs occurred in 121 games. His pace right now, he'd wind up with 86, a career high by about 12. 1 ball and 1 strike to Uribe. Beats it foul up along third, and the count 1-2. Chad Billingsley staked to a 2-0 lead. One ball and 2 strikes the count. Billingsley's 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled off. When you look at the Giant offense this year, they are very close. I mean, extremely close to the National League average in a lot of categories. I won't bore you with all the numbers, but their average in runs per game, runs scored, triples, home runs, RBIs, walks, batting average, slugging, on base, average. The pitch is low, 2-2. Their strength, I guess, could be said, they are average in so many areas, but it's also a weakness. It's hard for them to stand out in any way. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and Uribe lashes it foul outside of third. The Giants are a very aggressive club. They don't take very many called strikes, not at all. They're a very good bunting team. They're number 1 in sacrifice attempts, and they're number 2 in successful sacrifices. 2-2 the count to Uribe. Billingsley deals, fastball, roller to short. For call, gets a big hop and throws him out. So Uribe, a ground ball to shortstop, 1 away here in the third, and the batter will be Barry Zito. Zito has always been pretty handy with the bat. He has 5 hits, strikes out about a third of the time. His strength is sacrifices. When he's up there to move a man along, Barry is very effective. He has 13 sacrifices. Young Clayton Kershaw has 16 for the Dodgers. 0-1 the count as Kershaw looks on. Barry takes the next one low. 1-1. As we mentioned earlier, the Giants do not steal bases. Not at all. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, and that's taken low. Where the Giants have only stolen 47 bases, the opposition has stolen 110 against them. So that is somewhat of a problem for them. 2-1 the count to Barry Zito. The left-hand hitter backs away. It's inside. Ball 3. So 3-1 to Barry Zito. We're in the top of the third inning. Dodgers lead 2-0. Home run by Rod Barajas with a man aboard. Billingsley ready, turns on the rubber, and the 3-1 pitch, fastball in there. 3-2. The leadoff man, Andres Torres, waiting on deck. Now the 3-2 pitch, poked on the grounder for call. Rafael up with it, throws him out. So we have 2 down in the third inning on ground balls to for call. And the batter will be Andres Torres. Andres Torres made his debut in 2002 with the Tigers, and in his first game he hit a triple. Then he played 19 games the next 2 years, 8 games the third year, and then went into the minor leagues for 3 more years. So he's paid his dues for sure. Andres takes a strike, and the count 0-1. He hit his first major league home run in 5 years last year, or as he says, 5 years, 7 months, and 3 days. He takes inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. He is known for racing around the bases if indeed he hits a home run. Not that he is a home run hitter, but he flies when he hits the homer. The 1-1 pitch swung on, ground ball, up with it there at first base's belly yard, takes it to the bag. So an easy inning for Chad Billingsley. And at the end of 2.5 innings, Dodgers 2, Giants nothing. Rafael Furcal leading off the third inning, looks at a floater off the plate. Ball one, a 70-mile-an-hour curveball. Rafael returning for the first time since August 2nd. Swung at the first pitch and grounded out, leading off the game. Looks at a good curveball, and it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Couple of scores. Cardinals beat the Reds 3-2. Phillies edged the Brewers 1-0. And the Rockies are leading the Padres 4-0. Furcal, a foul ball down the right field line out of play. A few details. Aaron Cook, who is 6-1 lifetime at Petco, against a young pitcher making his major league debut, Corey Lubke. Jason Giambi, a 2-run home run. Troy Tulowitzki, a 2-run home run. Padres in danger of losing 8 in a row as Furcal takes off the plate. 2-2 the count. The Phillies edging the Brewers 1-0. And what a schedule the Phillies have had the last few days. Furcal, a big swing and a miss as he comes up empty on a curveball. One away in the third inning. Cole Hamels could shutout ball for 7 innings. The Phillies 3 hit the Brewers. And the Phillies have played 3 games in 3 days in 3 cities and won them all. They won here on Wednesday. They had to go to Colorado for a makeup game. They survived that game 12-11. And then they moved on at home and won 1-0. Here now is Ryan Theriot. He takes a breaking ball inside, ball one. Theriot single to left field. Ryan 1 for 1. His old buddy and college teammate, along with teammate with the Cubs, is now a Giant. Mike Fontenot, who is in the Giant dugout watching Ryan start. Theriot hitting .291, 2 home runs, 29 runs batted in, 3 for 13 in his career against Zito. Barry from the third base side of the rubber shoots a fastball in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. His fastball clocked at 83. So he doesn't overpower people, that's for sure. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way, very high, 2-2. Zito coming into the game had walked 66 and struck out 122. Barry's 2-2 pitch on the way, waved at and missed, and down goes Theriot. Little slider away. So after striking out the side in the second inning, Zito now has 5. You know, the Coca-Cola Value Pack is available Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Games in September. You get 4 tickets, 4 Dodger dogs, 4 Cokes, and 4 Dodger action figures for $17 per seat. Check Dodgers.com/specials or call 866-DODGERS. Andre Ethier walked in the first inning. And the first pitch, breaking ball down and away, ball 1. 1-0 to count. Ethier 5 for 26, about $1.90 against Zito. The 1-0 pitch on the way, fastball swung on and missed. Now that fastball was 87. 1-1 to count to Andre Ethier. 2-0 in favor of the Dodgers. A leadoff single by Casey Blake, and with 2 out, Rod Barajas home run. Line drive off the glove of Freddie Sanchez, who throws him out, and that's the inning. 1-2-3 for Barry Zito. At the end of 3, Dodgers 2, Giants nothing. By CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. By K-Swiss Tubes. And by Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo, served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. Dodgers lead the Giants 2-0 on a 2-run home run by Rod Barajas. Now in the 4th inning, Freddie Sanchez, Aubrey Huff, and Pat Burrell. A strike. Freddie about 5'10", 190. Won the batting championship for the Pirates in 2005. He hit .344. 1-1. One of the big reasons why he hit .344 that year. Against left-hand pitching, Freddie hit .442. I mean, they couldn't get him out. Ground ball to Raphael, who kicks it, recovers, no play. So after handling a couple, he commits an error, and that'll bring up Aubrey Huff. After making a spectacular play to take a base hit away, the ball hit by Jose Guillen. This one right in and squirts out of the glove. Such is the game. Aubrey Huff flied to right field in the first inning. Aubrey is 0 for 1. That's a strike. 0-1. When Aubrey was about 9 years old, he told his mom he wanted a batting cage so he could chase his dream of being in the big leagues. Well, she didn't have much money, and she really had to work hard. to come up with $2,500 for the cage. There's a ground ball off the glove of Belliard, picked up but no play for Theriot. So Ronnie Belliard, who is not much of a first baseman, that's not his position, it'll go as a base hit. So all of a sudden error and a scratch single, as they call it, on a play that, let's say, would be double play by a better first baseman, but he can't have it all. So first and second, nobody out instead of 2 out and nobody on. Yep, time to load up. So Burrell, Guillen, and Posey now. Burrell walked in the second inning. They're going to check. No swing. Oops. Check me. Swing, says Joe West. Giants first in the league in sacrifice attempts. Well, you wouldn't expect it coming from the number 4 hitter. 0-1. Now Pat's in a real hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Two nothing Dodgers, for the Giants with the tying runs aboard, nobody out here in the 4th. Oh, 0-2. And popped up. Theriot gone out. Took one look to see where Kemp was, and he stays on it. The infield fly rule is invoked. So Burrell pops it up, 1 away, and the batter will be Jose Guillen. Guillen was robbed of a hit. He drilled a one-hopper heading for left field. And Rafael Furcal took the hit away from him, turned it into a force play. Rafael tipping his cap to himself on that play. Guillen drew up a very close pal of Raul Mondesi of the Dodgers. They grew up about 2 blocks apart in San Cristobal in Dominican. Jose said Mondesi always treated him like a little brother. 1-0. Bouncer up the middle. Here comes Furcal. Good pick. Throws on the run. And the runners move up to second and third. So the inning should be over, but it's not. And Buster Posey coming up. Nice play by Rafael. So here's young Posey. 10 home runs, 52 runs batted in. Earlier this year, when he was called up, he had a hitting streak of 21 straight, 1 game short of the team record when he stopped. And he smokes it. So 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and so the error by Rafael Furcal and the play by first baseman Belliard put it all together, and the Giants cash it in. And for Posey, a clean base hit and a hard luck Chad Billingsley going back to work. Posey, by the way, with runners in scoring position, hitting .358. They pitched to him with first base open. Pablo Sandoval checking in right now. He's hitting .205 with runners in scoring position. And ball 1. The Giants do not steal bases. Let's put it this way, they haven't all year. Posey is 0 for 2. The Giants are 15th in the league with only 47 stolen bases. They're also 15th in caught stealing. So it is not a running team. 1 ball and no strikes to Sandoval. who fouled out to Casey Blake. 1-1. So you give a good ball club some breaks, and the definition of good is to cash in the breaks. And the error by Furcall, the ball off Belliard's glove, and with 2 out, the clutch single by Buster Posey. What a young player he is. Wow. Gerard Dempsey poster, and that's going to go foul down the left field line, out of play. Posey was a pitcher and shortstop for Florida State, and they say he was clocked anywhere up to 94 on the mound with a fastball. He was on the 2008 USA Baseball Golden Spikes Award winner 2 years ago. 2-2. Dodgers 2, Giants 2, top of the 4th. Billingsley 5-2 in his career against the Giants, making a lot of extra pitches. Little pop foul. Blake in pursuit. No play. So the Panda, as they call him up there in San Francisco, Pablo Sandoval, and there's a Giant fan wearing the Panda headgear. Pablo's father is in management with the second largest food producer in Venezuela, and his mom has an electronics company. And down he goes. So Sandoval strikes out, but not before they pitch to Posey with runners at second and third, and the game is all tied 2-2. Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. By Corona Light. And by Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. 2-2, bottom of the 4th inning. Buster Posey, the pride of Georgia by way of Florida State. A clutch single to drive in the tying runs following the error and the base hit off Belliard's glove. So Chad Billingsley, victim of some tough luck. He's made 60 pitches in 4 innings, and he's dead even with Barry Zito. Matt Kemp, Casey Blake, Ronnie Belliard in that order. Ball 1. Matt Kemp, who's worn out Zito in the past, came up with 2 on and 1 out in the first inning and hit into a double play. 1-0. Little low, ball 2, 2-0 the count. And now behind 3-0. So the way Kemp has batted against Zito, he has a .420 average coming in. 3-0. Right, 3-1. The pattern for Zito: struggles in April, struggles in the first half, and then is a fine pitcher the second half of every season. 3-1. And ball 4. So Kemp draws the walk, and the batter will be Casey Blake. A reminder, bring your kids to Dodger Stadium, and with a purchase of every adult ticket on the field or Lowe's level, kids 14 and under, just $5. For details, visit Dodgers.com/specials. Casey Blake, single to right field. Oh, yes, look at there. There's a cap full of dreams, huh? He's ready. So Zito. That's right. Casey hitting .256, 14 home runs, 57 runs batted in. Against Roy Oswalt, he broke up a possible no-hitter with a single to right in the 6th inning Wednesday afternoon. Another strike. Only one other left-hander has won more games after the All-Star game. That's Andy Pettitte. 0-2. Ball 1. You don't get the idea that Zito throws very hard. You don't expect him to strike out a bunch of hitters. In his first full major league season, that'd go all the way back to 2001, he struck out 205. Barry Zito, 6'4", 210. 2-2 to Casey Blake. Barry Zito was in the 2nd grade, and his teacher told the children to draw a picture of what they would like to be when they grew up. He drew the image of a major league pitcher and a note making $1 million. Well, he made $1 million 7 years ago. I think the last time we heard he was up there around 18 million, so that piece of paper really held up. 3-2 to Casey Blake. We'll see about Kemp. He is not going. Ball 4. So Zito had struck out the side in the 2nd inning, struck out 2 of 3 in the 3rd. Now back-to-back walks to give him 3. And Dave Righetti, a left-hander with a marvelous past in the big leagues, including a no-hitter. Dave going to the mound to talk to Zito and to Posey. Meanwhile, Ronnie Belliard visiting with Rob Drake, the plate umpire. Belliard struck out in the 2nd inning, and he would certainly like to do something to help his club following that ground ball hit by Huff that went off his glove. Rob Drake is a young major league umpire. He's only worked 2 years. Lives over in Arizona. He's had 17 years of pro umpiring, but only 2 in the big leagues. So 2 on, nobody out. Belliard, Johnson, and Barajas. And a strike. Ronnie Belliard has 1 sacrifice We told you since the All-Star break, the Dodgers are averaging about 3 runs a game at home. And one reason they have not hit at all with runners in scoring position. The bunt is down. It will be a play to first, so the sacrifice works. So Kemp and Blake are out there now at second and third, 1 down. You have Reed Johnson, Rod Barajas, and then Chad Billingsley. In the last 8 games here at Dodger Stadium, to show you how frustrated the Dodgers have been, they're hitting 125 with runners in scoring position. No extra base hits. 6 for 48. And they've lost 5 of those 8. So Torrey looking for a base hit. And he has a man up there who has a shot at it. Reed Johnson. Very good hitter against left-hand pitching, and first base open. 0-1. Reed came into the game hitting .300 against Zito, but he struck out in the second inning. 2-2, bottom of the fourth. Kemp and Blake are out there waiting to be picked up. Oh, and 1. One ball and 1 strike. Reed Johnson, 7 years ago, one of only 4 players in Major League history to lead off a game with a home run and then hit a walk-off home run at the end of the game. Oh, that great changeup that Zito has, a floater in the mid-70s. 1-2 the count. It just kind of dies on the way up there. Second and third, 1 out, 4th inning in a 2-2 tie. Rod Barajas on deck. Infield back, but the corners come up, and it's popped up. Aubrey Huff hollered off the ball by Freddie Sanchez, and the runners have nowhere to go. So Johnson pops it up. The Dodgers continue to struggle with men in scoring position, and here is Rod Barajas, who walked up with 2 out in the second inning. Casey Blake aboard, and he hit a curveball well back into the pavilion. So let's see, will they pitch to Barajas or will they go after Billingsley? And we'll watch Buster Posey. Posey is erect and says put him on. So they will take the bat right out of Barajas' hands, understandably. So Boshi, who saw his left hand to strike out the side in the second inning, now sees him walk his third man in the fourth. And Billingsley will be coming up. It's a good move. The only thing over the years, it seems to me, once you tell a pitcher to walk somebody intentionally, it sometimes throws him off his mark a little bit, and he struggles with the next hitter. Well, let's see. Shouldn't be too much of a struggle against the pitcher, Chad Billingsley. Billingsley has 6 hits, including a double. Strikes out a third of the time. Infield back with 2 out. Bases loaded, 2-2 in the fourth. 0-1. Chad has 1 run batted in. One ball and 1 strike. Zito, born and still lives in Las Vegas. One and 2. Pitch way up out of the zone. One thing about Zito, he always strikes out more than he walks. Off the rubber. Two runs, 2 hits for the Giants. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. And with 2 out, they have the bases loaded. 2-2. So they're all out there. Kemp and Blake and Barajas. 2-2 the count. And a line drive. Guillen traps it and then overruns the ball. Not only does Kemp score, Blake scores. And the Dodgers lead 4-2. Guillen tried to come up with it, couldn't do it. He was trying to just trap it. He couldn't have caught the ball anyway. So 2-run score and a clutch single for Chad Billingsley. He now has 3 runs batted in, and for Bruce Bochy, under the heading of the best laid plans of mice and men. And here now is for Paul, who loses his bat. No balls and 1 strike. Raphael let that one fly. Luckily, it found an empty chair. And Raphael coming back up. So 3 walks, including an intentional walk. And then Billingsley singles to right to drive in 2 runs. Foul back, 0-2. Raphael trying to pick up where he left off, hitting .314, 8 home runs, 39 runs batted in. And he drives it to center, but coming up to make the play as far as. However, Chad Billingsley on the heels of the intentional walk singles to right. The Dodgers pick up 2 and lead 4-2. Four to two in favor of the Dodgers as we go to the 5th inning. Time now for you to put your thinking cap on. And here we go with our trivia question. The Giants have not won the World Series since they beat the Cleveland Indians in 1954. Which two teams have longer droughts? 1954 was the year Willie Mays made that magnificent over-the-shoulder catch in dead center field in the old Polo Ground. Meanwhile, Juan Uribe, a strike. Uribe grounded out, so Chad Billingsley trying to beat the Giants with his arm and with his bat. 1-1. After Uribe comes Zito, then the leadoff man Andres Torres. He was late on that. Pretty good fastball at 91. 1-2 to Uribe. And popped up, angling across Terrio. One away. First thing Terrio did was to look to see where Andre Ethier was, taking his eye off the ball. Ethier was jogging in, figuring that Ryan had it all the way. But once you take the eye off the ball, you don't always pick it up. And that's why Terrio had to wind up and make that lunging catch. So with one away, Nate Shearholz is now batting for Barry Zito. So they hook Barry here in the 5th inning, down 4-2. So Nate Shearholz with Chris Ray, a right-hander, throwing now in the bullpen. And Torres waiting on deck. Nate Shearholz, his mom originally from England. She was in fact a regional sales manager for Alaska Airlines, and she was a great competitor running in marathons, including the Boston Marathon. Fouled away. One of Nate Shearholz's brother is playing baseball at the Air Force Academy. He's the oldest of 4. 1-2. 2-2 to Nate. Shearholz, when he first came up, never wore a batting glove. Now he wears 2 of them. And it didn't help. So Shearholz strikes out. 2 down in the 5th inning. And the batter will be Andres Torres. By the way, Barry Zito made 72 pitches. So Shearholz strikes out. 4 strikeouts. So Bruce Bochy can't afford to wait. Trying to catch San Diego. The Padres were losing 4-0 early. 2-run home run by Jason Giambi, 2-run home run by Troy Tulowitzki. They're now in the 6th inning with the Rockies leading the Padres 4-0. Padres in danger of losing 8 straight. Off speed for a strike, and the crowd roars. That was a curveball, not quite the Vicente Padilla bubble, but it did the job. Boy, perfect pitch. 0-2. 1-2. Torres has struck out and grounded out. Andres 0 for 2. He's been a big surprise, and I'm sure Barry Zito's surprised that they hooked him in the 5th inning. 1-2 the count. Fouled at the plate. Billingsley, whose single to right field broke the tie, working on a 1-2 count. Andres Torres against all odds, made the opening day roster for the Giants last year, the only non-roster invitee to break camp with the team. Check swing, he's done. 5 strikeouts for Billingsley. Down go the Giants. Sitting down is Barry Zito, and it's 4-2 Dodgers. Was burned by the bottom of the Dodger lineup. With 2 out and a man aboard in the second inning, the number 8 hitter, Rod Barajas, hit a curveball into the bleachers to score 2 for the Dodgers. And then with the score tied, all of a sudden Zito got very careful. He walked Kemp, then he walked Blake. With 2 out, they walked Barajas intentionally. Only up jumps the devil as the number 9 hitter. The pitcher Billingsley gets a base hit and 2-run score, and the Dodgers take a 4-2 lead and KO Barry Zito. So Chris Ray, young right-hander, working now, and it's fouled away by Ryan Theriot. Chris Ray from Tampa, Florida. He went to school in Virginia at Williamsburg at William and Mary. He's 6'3" and 220, 28 years old. Good record, 3-0. That's a strike. 0-2. Chris Ray was not drafted out of high school, but good things happened for him at William and Mary. Among other things, he met his wife to be Alice there. She's now a 5th grade teacher. He was an economics major at William and Mary. Fastball hit down to Sanchez, and we have 1 away. And the batter now will be Andre Ethier. How did Chris Ray wind up with the Giants? Well, the Giants traded their veteran catcher Benji Molina to the Rangers, getting Ray. He's basically fastball, slider, and a splitter. He also has a changeup, but most people say the splitter is his money pitch. And they say he definitely has the makeup to be a closer. 0-1 to Andre Ethier. Ethier hitting .293, walked and grounded out against Zito. Left-handers last year wore Chris Ray out. They hit .449 against him. 0-1. Fastball fouled away. Now that was a good fastball in the middle 90s, and we bring that up because in 2007 Chris Ray underwent Tommy John surgery to repair his damaged ulnar nerve. 0-2. And down goes Ethier. The tag by Posey. And we have 2 out in the 5th inning. Well, we were talking about a drought. A drought as far as the World Series is concerned. Which 2 teams have longer droughts in winning the World Series? Well, you probably guessed the Cubs. I mean, 1908, that pretty well jumps out. And the Cleveland Indians in 1948 defeated, if memory serves me, the Boston Braves. And they haven't been heard from since. Meanwhile, Matt Kemp and a strike. Matt hit into a double play, walked, and scored a run in the 4th inning. One ball and 1 strike. Hard ground ball to third. Sandoval stays with it. Takes care of him. So Chris Ray comes in. Nice inning. 1, 2, 3. And at the end of 5, Dodgers 4, Giants 2. On this date in 1975, Garvey made the starting lineup. He did not come out of that starting lineup for 1,207 games. Eventually, he signed with the San Diego Padres to keep the streak alive. It was in a collision with Pascual Perez at home plate, broke his thumb, and that was the end of it. Let's go back to this one. Ball 2, 2-0. Of course, Garvey's 1,207 is still the National League record. And then, of course, along came Cal Ripken Jr., and he went 2,632. Foul ball. You are really a stick out in this day and age if you play every game. There just aren't very many iron men around anymore. Hard ground ball gobbled up by Casey Blake. So Freddie Sanchez grounds to third, 1 away, and Aubrey Hub coming up. Big first baseman outfielder flied to right, hit a ground ball, went off Belliard's glove. That set the stage for the 2-out clutch single by Buster Posey. to drive in 2. 1 ball and no strikes. Aubrey Huff. Huff signed a 1-year deal with the Giants for this year. And he drives one foul out of sight down the line. Interesting how life works. Aubrey liked to draw as a teenager, and as a sophomore in high school art class, the assignment was to draw a picture from a magazine. And he drew a picture of Barry Bonds at AT&T Park hitting a home run. Or rather, in the moment at the plate as he watched the home run leave the park. And years later, Huff was playing for the Rays. Giants came to town. Huff brought the high school drawing to the park in hope of getting Bonds to sign it. Then the Rays clubhouse man announced players couldn't send anything over to Bonds, but Huff knew some of the people on the Giants, and he got the picture over during batting practice. Barry signed it, and he has it to this day. What did it say on the picture? To Huff, God bless Barry Bonds. He has yet to meet him in person, but he has the picture hanging in his memorabilia room. Aubrey Huff. So 2 out, as Aubrey is done for the moment, and Pat Burrell at the plate. 6 strikeouts for Chad Billingsley. Ball 1. Dodgers 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Giants 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Two and 0. And ball 3. Just looking back to his work this year, the shortest game that Barry Zito has had, he lasted 3 2/3 innings against the Cardinals. But in that game, he was really pushed around. 7 hits and 5 earned runs. Then his next time out against Cincinnati, he worked 1 inning. I think he might have relieved in that game. Yeah, he did. And then Barry's last time out against Arizona, he didn't last 4 innings. So there's the walk to Burrell, and that'll bring up Guillen. Jose Guillen in right field came this close to catching the line drive hit by Chad Billingsley. But this close meant he could only trap it, and 2 runs scored. With the bat, he was robbed of a hit by Rafael Furcal and grounded to short. Guillen 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. That's a strike. Here's how close Guillen came to catching the ball. That close. Couple of inches. 34-year-old. Hit as many as 27 home runs for the Angels 6 years ago. Fouled away. Guillen always has had the reputation, in a way, I guess, a typical Dominican, very aggressive with the bat. And as we mentioned, very close growing up, Raul Mondesi. Ball 1. When Guillen first signed his contract with the Pirates, he got a bonus of $1,500. He gave $500 to the local scout who steered him towards the Pirates, and the rest of the money he gave to his mom to pay the family bills. 1 and 2. Check. Then when he got to the big leagues, He spent most of the money from his first big league contract paying the hospital bills for his father, who died from prostate cancer. Two and two. And strike on the inside corner. Whoa, Jose can't believe it. Rob Drake brings him up. No runs, no hits, a man left. 7 strikeouts for Billingsley. You be the umpire. And it is 4-2 Dodgers. From teammate Matt Kemp. Of course, in all honesty, the scales balance out. He's also committed an error in the 4th inning, and that led to the Giants scoring twice. Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th, leading 4-2. Casey Blake, Ronnie Belliard, and Reed Johnson, but now with a right-hander on the mound. James Loney is out on deck. He would bat for Belliard, and we'll see about left field whether it's Posednik or Johnson. One ball and 1 strike. Casey single to right, walked, and he has scored twice. Rode home on the home run by Rod Barajas, scored on the single to right field by Billingsley. Ball 2. Ray, the Giants pitcher, is due 4th when the Giants hit in the 7th inning. So they'll get somebody ready in case they get something going. Ball 3. Tomorrow night, game 2 of the 3-game series, Matt Cain and left-hander Ted Lilly. And then Sunday evening, Jonathan Sanchez and Hiroki Kuroda. Fly ball to right field. Guillen has a play. Here's what's happened so far in numbers. And the big numbers, as you can see, pretty much down at the bottom. Blake has been on base. Kemp walked. But Barajas, the 2-run home run, and Billingsley, the 2-run single. So Barajas sitting alongside Billingsley after that big 2-run home run in the 2nd. Chad has made 93 pitches, and here is James Loney now. Johnson on deck. Right. Loney batting .275, 9 home runs, 80 runs batted in. Loney so far in the brief homestand 3 for 8 with 5 runs batted in. That's a strike. James very effective against right-handers, hitting right around 300. Left-handers hitting only 218. 1-2. James with a little modest 5-game hitting streak. He had a 6-game streak earlier this year, back in April. Big thing for Loney, he's hitting .333 with runners in scoring position. That's why he has that big 80 RBI. High fly ball down the line. Pat Burrell is there. 2 down in the 6th inning. And Reed Johnson coming up. When the Giants bat in the 7th, they'll have their young catcher Buster Posey, then the third baseman Pablo Sandoval, and the shortstop Juan Uribe. And if anybody gets on, Boshi will go to the bench. Ball 1. Johnson has struck out, popped up 0 for 2. Comebacker. So a nice bit of relief work for the young right-hander Chris Ray. And we're heading to the 7th inning. 4-2 Dodgers. Posey, who singled in the 2 Giant runs in the 4th inning, will start it off. Then Sandoval and Uribe. Posey has lived up to all of the Giants' expectations. He's been just terrific. Ground ball to Blake, who backs up for a hop on the way. So Posey 1 for 3. That'll bring up Pablo Sandoval. Sandoval fouled out, struck out. There's the routine. He's already started part of it. Now out in front of the plate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then hit yourself on the head twice. And then try and hit. Pablo batting .271. 12 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Sandoval signed with the Giants when he was 16, and his mom was not happy at all. Both she and her husband had attended college, and so were their two oldest sons. One of the sons a police officer and the other a lawyer. Then one time when Pablo was in the minor leagues, talked to his mom on the phone, complained about something. And his mom said, "I don't want to hear it. I told you to go to college." Well, he's doing pretty well. Pablo Sandoval, who is, among other things, ambidextrous. He's a switch hitter and a switch thrower. They say he was pitching in Venezuela when he was 5 years old. Then he became a left-handed throwing right fielder. By the time he was 9, he idolized Omar Vizquel, and he wanted to play shortstop. Well, you don't play shortstop when you're left-handed. So he taught himself to be right-handed. Hopper backhanded by Blake. Got him. Well, nice play by Casey. 2 down here in the 7th inning. And Juan Uribe coming up. Travis Ishikawa comes out on deck should Uribe get on base. Santiago Casilla, a right-hander, throwing in the Giant bullpen. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll check to see what the Padres are doing. They were losing 4-0 in the 6th inning. Foul ball well out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Don't forget tomorrow night, Matt Cain and left-hander Ted Lilly. Sunday at 5, Jonathan Sanchez and Hiroki Kuroda. And you can see Billingsley now up to 101 pitches. Popped up. Up. Terrio plenty of time to back out, and he'll take care of it. So a nice easy inning for Chad Billingsley. 1, 2, 3 at the end of 6.5. 4-2 Dodgers, and the crowd now asked to stand and sing "God Bless America" and "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join in the singing of "God Bless America." Once again, please welcome Los Angeles Police Officer Rosalind Curry.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Now, fans, it's time for the California Lottery 7th inning stretch. Be sure to play Mega Millions from the California Lottery.
Of the 7th inning, Santiago Casilla will come and pick up the pitching chores. Young fella from the Dominican Republic. Interesting in looking at his numbers earlier this year. He's a right-hand pitcher, and right-hand batters were hitting over 300 against him. Left-hand batters were hitting just 136 against him. So we'll see what happens tonight. Rod Barajas and ball 1. So Zito, Ray, and now Casilla. An even 6'190", 30 years old, from the Dominican, originally signed by the Oakland A's 10 years ago. Fastball, foul ball, 1-1. Up and down with the A's. Boy, did he know the way, not to San Jose, he knew the way to Sacramento. 6 times he went from Oakland to Sacramento and then back again, with occasional stops in Stockton. And look out, Barajas hit by the pitch. Got him on the, looks like the left elbow. You know, as Barajas waits to get better, maybe the biggest at bat was Chad Billingsley in the 4th inning after the intentional walk given up. Right away, Zito got a strike, and then we talked about pitchers sometimes having trouble after an intentional walk, and Zito seemed to have some problems, and then Billingsley's sinking line drive just missed by Guillen, and that's a difference. That's a Hyundai key to the game right now. And Billingsley coming up with Barajas at first, 7th inning. 4-2 Dodgers. The bunt foul. Santiago Casilla falls into the category of a player to be named later. He signed with the A's in 2000. He was known as Jairo Garcia. And then they found out not only was his name Santiago Casilla, he was 2 years and 2 months older when he revealed the truth. 2004, he was with 4 different teams and made it to the A's. Off the plate, 1-1. Larry Boa checking to see. We'll see if the bunt is still on with Terrio hitting behind Furcal, who's in the leadoff spot. And a little meeting at the mound. Basically with Casilla, and Billingsley has gone through the report. Casilla, fastball, curveball, change, and a splitter. Last year, left-handers hit 354, right-handers 257. Then he turned that around this year. One of the big problems that Casilla had a few years ago was hurrying up his delivery. On the bunt, a bad throw, but a nice play by Uribe to handle the bounce and get the force. So Billingsley winds up bunting into a force play.
That's your shortstop, number 15,
1-6 if you're scoring. And the batter will be Rafael Furcal. So Uribe makes a good play. 1 away. The thing we were talking about Casilla, as Barajas banged on the left elbow, and Stan Conti is taking the catcher back into the clubhouse, followed by Joe Torre. I'll tell you who almost nailed Barajas Wednesday was Brad Lidge. Wow. Lidge uncorked a fastball. It just missed hitting Barajas in the head. And now tonight, he's hit by a pitch. Furcal, returning to the lineup for the first time since August 2nd, has grounded to short, struck out, fly to center, a shot up the middle, base hit. Billingsley will stop at second. So Rafael goes 1 for 4. And the batter now will be Ryan Theriot. Getting back to Garcia for a moment as Joe West welcomes Rafael back. Santiago's speed to the plate caused great concern when he was with the A's. Naturally, a pitcher quick to the plate, gets the ball to the catcher in a hurry. But he was much slower than most pitchers. So he worked on that, and here he is with the Giants. Billingsley at second for a call at first. Ball 1 to Theriot. Ryan single left, struck out and grounded out. Barry Zito went 4 and was charged with 4 runs, and that's it. 4-2 Dodgers. 7th inning. Fastball hit down to Sanchez. The flip to and they double Theriot. So no runs, a hit batter, and down go the Dodgers in the 7th. And at the end of 7, 4-2 Dodgers. Inning, Blake singled, but Belliard and Johnson struck out, and that brought up Rod Barajas, who hit his 4th home run as a Dodger to give him 16 home runs this year. Then they walked him intentionally in the 4th, and he's nailed on the left elbow by Casilla in the 7th. Barajas puts the gear on, stays in. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Hung-Chi Kuo warms up. And here's Travis Ishikawa and a strike. Travis hitting .269, 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. We're going to really watch the pitch count now for Chad Billingsley. Floater but high, 1-1. From 91 to 105 pitches, the opposition is hitting only .220 against him. However, ball 2. From 106 pitches on, the opposition is hitting .320. So Joe Torre certainly knows that. One big reason why he has Kuo throwing in the Dodger bullpen. 2-2. Four to 2 in favor of the Dodgers. Last we looked, Padres were losing. Hit foul off third. The Rockies are holding on. They're leading the Padres 4-3. Nick Hundley just hit a 2-run home run to tighten things up in the 7th inning. Phillies beat the Brewers 1-0, and the Cardinals beat the Reds 3-2. 2-2 the count to Ishikawa. Looked like a change, straight change. 3-2. Ishikawa, coming off the bench, has a dozen hits, including a home run and 5 runs batted in. On deck, Andres Torres. 3-2. And popped in the air to left. Reed Johnson is there. So Ishikawa, fly ball to left. Shearholtz earlier struck out. And with one away, Andres Torres, the leadoff man, who has struck out twice and grounded out. Bruce Bochy struggling. His team got a run only in the 4th inning on the error by Furcall, the ball of Belliard's glove, and then the 2-out single by Posey. Otherwise, they've been completely shut down. They have just 2 hits, both in that inning, and one of the 2 hits was questionable. Both Loney and Blake move up on Torres, whose game is speed. Fouled away. 0-2. At least we used to say his game was speed, but here he is this year with 14 home runs. Little ground ball, Loney to the bag. So 2 out in the 8th inning, and the Dodgers leading 4-2. Freddie Sanchez, the second baseman, 2 ground balls. The 3rd ground ball was kicked by Furcall. 0 for 3. Sanchez hitting .289. Ball 1. Beautiful evening in the ballpark. Nice crowd on hand. And remember, tomorrow night, Matt Cain and Ted Lilly, 43,046 taken in the game. And a drive down the left field line. Foul ball. So Sanchez 0 for 3 coming back. I'm sure Freddie has a lot of friends here. Born in Hollywood, lives in Burbank. However, went to school at Oklahoma City University. Freddie originally signed by the Red Sox, went to the Pirates, and then joined the Giants last year. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bounce that thing. That's that 60-foot curveball. 2-1 the count. Freddie Sanchez wearing 21. When Freddie won the batting title, he joined people in Pittsburgh like Honus Wagner, Paul Wainer, Roberto Clemente. Fly ball to Andre Ethier. That'll be that. So the Giants tiptoe through the 8th inning. The last 7 in a row retired. Their last hit was Posey's single in the 4th. And it's 4-2 Dodgers. Posey. He moved along and got Sandoval, and he just kept picking them off with Sherholtz and Torres again, then Huff, and finally Guillen. And they were all keys to the game. The Hyundai key, the strikeout pitch of Chad Billingsley, limiting the Giants to only 2 hits. Their last hit, in fact, both hits were in the 4th inning. And here we are in the bottom of the 8th. Billingsley was shaking a lot of hands. Normally that's a tip-off that he was leaving, but he's still there. So let's wait and see. He's made 116 pitches. Jeremy Affeldt, the big left-hander, will now try to finish off the Dodgers in the 8th inning. Jeremy's dad was a bombardier in the Air Force, flying B-52s. Little ground ball, Sanchez underhanding in time to Aubrey Huff. So Ethier goes 0 for 3. 1 away in the 8th inning. Nice play by Freddie, and Matt Kemp will be coming up. Matt Kemp grounded into a double play, walked and scored a run, and grounded to third. Dodgers scored 2 in the 2nd, the home run by Barajas with Blake aboard. 3 walks, and with 2 out, a single by Billingsley got the 2 extra runs. Well, for the 2nd time, Hung Chi Kuo begins to warm up. So even though Billingsley was in the dugout, you get the feeling he's done. Otherwise, they wouldn't have Kuo throwing. But we'll see. Ground ball up the middle. Boy, that was something. Affeldt looks at Kemp as if to say, how in the world could you even swing at that pitch? That thing looked up here like it was inches off the ground. Take a look. Oh, yeah. And Affeldt saying, well, what do I do to get an out? So Kemp, a bad ball single, if there is such a thing, and Casey Blake. Casey single, came home on Barajas' home run. Walk, came home on Billingsley's single. Fly to right. In the dirt. Nice save by Posey. Ball 1. Affeldt 6'4", 31 years old. 1-1. After Jeremy, when his dad was in the Air Force, he was stationed in Guam. So Affeldt spent 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grades going to school at Guam. 1-2. Posey a little shaken up on that. 1-2 the count. We told you once before, maybe you've forgotten, about Jeremy Affeldt and water when he was growing up in Guam. He has a deep-seated fear of sharks, and I think we all can understand that. When Jeremy was about 8 years old, a lifeguard had to rush into the ocean in Guam to save him from a shark. 3 months later, he was caught in an undertow, had to be saved again. And then he went to Bora Bora on his honeymoon. And his wife, and you can almost hear her, oh, come on, don't be a big baby, come on into the water. He took 2 steps into the ocean, and he was face to face with a reef shark. He hadn't been in the water since, and there isn't a man around who blames him. 2-2, there goes the runner. Kemp, hit and run, base hit, right through the hole, vacated by Uribe. And Dodgers at 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Again, with a right-hand batter up, we saw the shortstop break to cover. And that leaves the door wide open. So you got to figure they were pitching him away to try and make him hit to Sanchez. Maybe they just made a mistake on the pitch or the location. But whatever, against basically a guy who likes to go to right field. And so they decided, okay, we'll keep Sanchez and move Uribe. And now they're having a little meeting at the bag. So first and third, one out. And James Loney with his 80 runs batted in, checking in. So Kemp hits a ball almost in the dirt for a single up the middle. And now Blake's ground ball to short is a base hit. One out. 0-1. James Loney facing Jeremy Affeldt. James is 2 for 9 with a home run against him. Matt Kemp at third. Casey Blake at first. Jeremy, born in Phoenix, lives in Medical Lake, Washington. No sharks spotted there. Good breaking ball. 0-2. Four runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Giants. Bottom of the 8th. Loney tied up, strikes out on a good fastball. 2 down, and Reed Johnson coming up. Fastball right in there. Reed Johnson struck out, popped up, hit back to the box. Johnson is 6 for 14 against Affeldt. That would be a .429 batting average, including a home run. Giants in the 9th inning will have Aubrey Huff, Pat Burrell, and Jose Guillen. And if anybody gets on, Buster Posey. Well, down in San Diego, Ryan Ludwig just struck out with the tying and go-ahead runs on base to end the 7th inning. They're going to the 8th inning. Rockies 4, Padres 3. Did he move the bat? No sign. 1-1. Two out, 8th inning, 4-2 Dodgers. Trying to get at least another. Kemp down the line from third. Affeldt has 4 wild pitches and a fly ball to center, going back as Torres, but now he comes in, and that's that. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and we have 8 innings in the book. So far, it's been written by Chad Billingsley. It'll be picked up by Hung Chi Kuo. 4-2 Dodgers. 2 no decisions, and he might very well pick up his second win tonight. But here's what he done. In June, he faced the Giants and allowed 2 earned runs. In July, he chased them for 9 innings and did not allow a run. Then the end of July, he went 6 2/3 and did not allow a run. Tonight, he goes 8 and allows 2. So put it all together, and Chad Billingsley's earned run average against the Giants this year, 0.61. Outstanding. So now Hung-Chi Kuo will try to nail it down. Aubrey Huff, Pat Burrell, and Jose Guillen. Interesting again, the biggest difference between these two teams, and reflected in the standings, the fact that the Giants are 4 games under 500 against the West, and the Dodgers are 12 games above 500. Huff tries to drag bunt, fouls it back, 0-1. Breaking ball, strike 2, 0-2. You know the background of Kuo against left-hand batters. He has been absolutely dynamite. So it's pretty tough up there for Aubrey Huff. Left-handers 6 for 54. That'd be a 111 batting average. Curveball, little looper. Here comes Andre. Six for 55 for left-handers. Now the batter is Pat Burrell. Burrell walked, came up with 2 on and nobody out in the 4th, popped up, and then walked again. So Pat 0 for 1, hitting .264. Dodgers lead 4-2, 1 out in the 9th inning. Fastball, strike. Hung-Chi Kuo against Pat Burrell. Pat is 1 for 4. One and one. Kuo comes in, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Freddie Sanchez and the rest of the Giants have just 2 hits. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a strike. You had Huff single a Belliard's glove in the 4th. Posey single a left center that drove in the 2 runs in the 4th. And that has been the Giant offense. Boshi, last 8 have been retired in order. Breaking ball, a hopper back to third, long throw, on the money. Casey in foul ground by the time he was set to throw. Backhands, now sets, right there. 9 in a row retired. The last Giant to get on base was Burrell, who walked. And now here's Guillen, 0 for 3, robbed of a hit by Furcal way back in the 2nd inning. Ball 1. Came within inches of catching the drive by Billingsley. Well, they always said it's a game of inches. He couldn't do it. That's the difference in the game. 1 ball and no strikes. On deck, Buster Posey. Breaking ball. 1-1. Quick look. They're in the 9th inning down south. Rockies 4, Padres 3. They now move to the 9th inning. Phillies beat the Brewers 1-0. Cardinals over the Reds 3-2. 1-1. And ball 2. Giants came in with a little 2-game winning streak. Dodgers had a 2-game losing streak as Pat Burrell deep in thought. And the Giants are now down to their last out. Meanwhile, Barry Zito, so near and yet so far. The intentional walk and then the line drive just missed being caught by Guillen. And now Guillen up there, and the Dodgers trying to put him away. 2-2. Foul back. Crowd on its feet, 43,046. Quo trying to save it for Billingsley. Two and two. Cody Ross and other Giants watching on the railing. Ground ball to the hole for call. Coming back in the dirt. Nice pick by Loney. And the Dodgers hold on to win it 4-2. A reminder to stay tuned for Dodgers Live coming